Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Mahtomedi High School as SCC Sports presents boys high school basketball. It is the Mahtomedi Zephyrs hosting the Simley Spartans. I'm Justin Barrientos along with you, and Mahtomedi has really changed their season around. After losing their first 7 games, they have gone 12-3 since, and in fact have won their last 5 ball games, led in scoring by Ben Carlson, number 23, averaging 13.1 points per game. He is joined in double-digit average by number 1 Tyler Swanson, who are both in the starting lineup. Swanson averaging 11.1 points per game. And then over on the other side for the Simley Spartans, they have a couple players that average over 10 points a game. Number 3, Trayvon Lovelace at 16.5 points a game. And number 10, Connor Strife, who averages 10.4 points per game. Simley has not won a game yet in the Metro East Conference, 0-13 coming into this one. It's been a rough season for them at 3-19 as the opening tip is won by the Zephyrs. Ben Carlson with the ball at the point, going off to his left, driving in, misses the layup, and a rebound by Connor Strife. Strife bringing the ball up court for Simley, gives it over to Christian Urbina. Urbina back to Strife. On the right side of the court, now they go off to the left. Justin Clint, three-pointer put up and off the rim by Strife. And we are scoreless in the opening 30 seconds. Here's Ben Carlson back at the point for Mahtomedi. Working it inside, off the glass and good is Willie Roloffs. Roloffs beginning the scoring here for Mahtomedi, and it's a steal at midcourt, miss underneath by Swanson. But Mahtomedi will hold on to the ball. This is Ethan Felling. Felling gives it off to Willie Roloffs around the three-point line. Tyne will go inside for Roloffs. Little bump inside off of Nemanyoya. Simley will come away with the basketball. Christian Urbina here at the point, off to Lyric Growth. Lyric Growth in the corner to Urbina. Urbina closely guarded by Carlson. Here is Growth. Growth trying to make his way into the lane, kicks it back up top to Strife. Strife then into the corner as Urbina went to the other side of the court. Urbina back to Strife. Shot clock at 5. In the corner, bluff 3 by Strife. Urbina for 2 over the basket and a rebound for Roloffs. Roloffs will kick it down court, looking for Swanson. And now Carlson will look to the sidelines and Keith Newman for the play. 15:45 left to go here in the first half, and we get our first foul as they tried to get the entry pass into Roloffs. And we get the foul called on Simley. Nemanyoya called for the foul. That'll be his first, team first. Deflected pass, but then ball picked up by Swanson. And up top, Ethan Felling will then yield to Carlson into the corner. Swanson back up top, Carlson. Carlson taking a look, then Swanson, and we get a travel and a turnover for Mahtomedi. .26 left to play here in the first half. Earlier you saw that Mahtomedi had got the best of Simley the first time these two teams met, 72-35. That was back on January 23rd. Nemanyoya over to Strife, and now three-pointer put up, and that is good for Christian Urbina. And Simley will take the lead. Felling. It'll go inside, and then off the glass, a miss by Roloffs. But an offensive rebound for Mahtomedi. That goes over the basket. Rebound underneath by Lyric Growth gives Simley the basketball. So a 1-point lead here for the Spartans as Urbina will bring the ball up court. Carlson, great defense. It was poked away, and then Carlson gets the loose ball, tries to go all the way underneath, blocked, and then Swanson gets the rebound. Picked off into the corner. Ethan Felling, and back up top, Carlson. Carlson will slow things down with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Into the lane, up and count it, and the foul. Carlson will get a chance at a three-point play. Basket is good, and we get a foul called on Yerbina. And underneath, there's Carlson off the glass and good. Carlson on the line with a chance at the three-point play. And correction there, Tapia Nemanyoya will pick up the foul for Simley. That'll be his second, team second. Carlson good on the free throw. And a 2-point lead for Mahtomedi. They'll turn the defense up here on this inbound pass. Underneath, Strife, get a block, but too much contact. It'll be Willie Roloffs who will pick up the foul for Mahtomedi. And that'll send number 10, Connor Strife, to the free throw line. As we said, Strife averaging 10.4 points a game for Simley. And the first foul shot is up and good for Connor Strife. Number 2, Hank Roloffs will check in for Mahtomedi. Number 14, TJ Johnson will be in for Simley. One more foul shot here for Connor Strife. And Strife misses the second, and the rebound up and over for Hank Roloffs. Kind of got tied up with Micah Schmidt underneath the basket. But Mahtomedi will have the ball after the free throw miss by Strife. 1-point lead for the Zephyrs. Carlson over to Swanson. And then in the corner, Roloffs back up top to Carlson. He tries to direct traffic. Here's Swanson, tried to go baseline. That was closed off. Three-pointer put up by Carlson. Hits the back iron. But a rebound underneath. Schmidt battling hard for the board. Carlson into the corner. Three-pointer is up and good for Tyler Swanson. So that'll be a 4-point lead now for the Zephyrs with 13:33 to play here in the first half. And Mahtomedi will turn the pressure up as Yerbina brought the ball up court for Simley. There's Lyric Growth in the lane, stolen away. Roloff's got the loose ball. Outlet pass to Graff, and Graff fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Push foul on Simley. That'll be their 3rd team foul. TJ Johnson called for the foul for Simley, his first personal. Mark Graff to the line and pop out. As Simley will sub. Trayvon Lovelace, number 3, will come off the bench for Simley, and he'll come in for Yerbina. One more foul shot here for Mark Graff. And Graff is good on 1 of 2. And that's deflected. Loose ball is taken by Graff. So good decision on the tight defense for Mahtomedi as they're able to get the turnover on Simley. Looking now to add to their 5-point lead. Inside, off the glass layup. Too hard off the glass by Roloffs, and a rebound by Connor Strife. Strife passes off to Growth and then gets it back. Now to Lovelace. So Trayvon Lovelace coming off the bench, averaging 16.5 per game for Simley this season. TJ Johnson, cut inside for Clint. Clint up and over Carlson, misses, and a rebound for Schmidt. Micah Schmidt, long pass down court. Swanson, pass deflected. It was Lovelace that got a hand on it, and Johnson gets the loose ball for Simley. TJ Johnson, off on the wing, looking for Growth. Growth draws the double team, passes off to Clint, and Clint, jumper from the lane, misses, and a rebound for Roloffs. Quick outlet to Swanson, who will bring the ball up court. Three-pointer in the corner, skips the rim for Graff, and then the putback is good for Hank Roloffs. First points of the night for Hank Roloffs, and 5 players have gotten into the scoring column for Mahtomedi. Carlson, the only one with more than 1 basket, and that came on the free throw. That ball will go out of bounds and will stay with Simley as it was deflected away by the Zephyrs. Number 12, Justin Runge, will check in for Simley. He'll come in for Justin Clint. Carlson will go out as well for the Spartans. I believe that was Tyne coming back in. There's Isaiah Walden. Well, excuse me, Isaiah Walfred, the head coach for Simley. And the referees are talking something over. I don't know if that was on the substitution, but the referees now looking over to Keith Newman. They want to make sure that everybody checked in correctly. 11:40 left to play here in the first half, and a 7-point lead for Mahtomedi. Lovelace at the point for Simley. Sam Tyne coming up to guard him. And the drive to the basket, Lovelace couldn't finish, and the Zephyrs come away with it. Up top, Micah Schmidt. Off in the corner for Graff. And then Roloffs. Good defense by Growth to deny Roloffs. Now cross-court pass, looking for Ethan Felling. Back up top, Schmidt. Bluff 3 by Graff, pass inside. Roloffs had it deflected, but got it back and was able to pass off to Tyne. 2 seconds on the shot clock, and Tyne blocked underneath, and that will be a shot clock violation on Mahtomedi. Tough for them. Tried to work it inside for Roloffs, and he did get 1 shot off, but as said, it was blocked, and so he couldn't gather himself back to avoid the shot clock violation. And so unfortunately a turnover for the Zephyrs. 10:42 left to play here in the opening half. 7-point lead for Mahtomedi. Simley had a hot start to this game. Grabbed a 1-point lead at 3-2. But then Mahtomedi kind of took over here in the first half. Growth with the pump fake and a jump ball called. Possession arrow is with Simley. Number 3, Trayvon Lovelace, will come in to inbound. And now Carlson will check back in for Mahtomedi. Carlson will spell Mark Graff. Lovelace, quick inbound, looking for Strife. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Justin Runge for 3, misses, and a rebound for Schmidt. Micah Schmidt pushing the tempo. There's Tyne. Back inside Schmidt, and a foul called on Schmidt's shot. And he'll go to the line for 2. It's the 4th team foul on Simley, and the 2nd foul on TJ Johnson. Schmidt will head to the line after the foul. Schmidt able to knock down the first. As we said, Mahtomedi lost their first 7, and then in a tournament around holiday time, able to beat Austin 88-51. Austin from the Big 9 down in southern Minnesota. And that really turned their season around. They've gone 11-3 since that win against Austin. Number 22, Nemanyoya, will check back in for Simley. Carlson will inbound, finding Hank Roloffs, now to Felling. Swanson back up top to Felling. We'll get it back to Carlson at the point. 10 on the shot clock. There's Felling to Carlson. And Carlson bumping into Lovelace, kept the possession, and then stuck in between the rim and the glass, and a turnover for Mahtomedi. Tough way to get the turnover for the Zephyrs. Going up for the shot was Carlson, but it wedged in between the glass and the rim. And so Simley will have the ball now with 9:45 to go here in the first half. You see Hank Roloff's heading to the bench for Mahtomedi. Deflection inside, and Strife comes away with it for Simley. Willie Roloff's number 21 checking into the game for Mahtomedi. Here's Lovelace, little floater up and over Roloff's. And Lovelace with his first points of the game. Carlson picks up the dribble to Felling. And then Lovelace coming over to Hassel and try to deflect. Corner three, Swanson is good. Second three of the night for Tyler Swanson. And he leads all scorers with 6. 15-6 is your score. Mahtomedi with the lead over Simley with under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Growth, and then they'll get it over to Nemanyoya in the corner. Nemanyoya up top, Strife sets the pick. Strife passes off the pick to Rungi. Inside, falling down to the court, and a travel will be called on Nemanyoya. And a turnover for Simley. Micah Schmidt, number 30, will check back in for Mahtomedi. And he will come in for Sam Tyne. It's a difficult season here for Simley. Just 6 points here in the first half. 3 and 19 overall are the Spartans. Here's a three-pointer, and that one just off the mark for Swanson. Chases the rebound, and it goes off of him and then picked up by Rungi. That pass goes out of bounds, and it will go back to Mahtomedi. Micah Schmidt going over to inbound for the Zephyrs. And Carlson again to run the point. Quick pass to Felling. Felling just outside the lane with the jumper and good. And the first points tonight for Ethan Felling. Lovelace bringing the ball up court. Carlson tries to keep it on the other side and looking for a 10 count. And then Carlson will commit the foul. That'll be the first on Carlson's second team foul for Mahtomedi, and we'll get a full timeout called with 8:05 left to play here in the first half. An 11-point lead here for Mahtomedi, led by Tyler Swanson, who has a pair of three-pointers in this one for 6 points overall. Now 7 different Zephyrs have scored here in the first half. For Simley, they got a 3 from Yerbina, and Lovelace came off the bench for a basket. Connor Strife, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. All the scoring for the Simley Spartans. Here's a look at the matchup here. Just 49 points per game this season for Simley, and while we were setting up, we saw the JV team for Simley, and kind of the same for them as well. I think at one point it was 25-9 in the first half. Came back to make it a 10-point game as Mahtomedi was able to win in the JV game. Mahtomedi only giving up 56 points. So kind of the story in this one here is the Zephyrs now lead 17-6. 8:05 remaining first half. The ball will go to Simley. Justin Rungi will inbound for the Spartans. Carlson there to deflect, saves it from going out of bounds into the hands of Schmidt. Turnaround dribble off the glass, misses. Rebound underneath, Swanson with the putback. And Tyler Swanson has been the story of the first half for Mahtomedi, averaging 11.1 coming into tonight already with 8 points here in the first half. 13-point lead for the Zephyrs with 7:42 remaining. Lovelace gives it over to Strife, and then up top is Nemanyoya. Lovelace trying to jumpstart this Simley offense. Gets it over to Strife. There's a three-pointer, hits the back iron, and a rebound for Ben Carlson. Ben Carlson averages 4.5 rebounds a game this season for Mahtomedi. And this 3 in the corner by Roloffs, and a rebound for Lovelace. Lovelace taking a look at the point. Kind of had the double point as Nemanyoya came up top. Nemanyoya will now take the three-pointer And a miss. Rebound by Willie Roloffs. Roloffs picks up the dribble, tried to pass to the point in Swanson. And that'll go out of bounds and a turnover for Mahtomedi. Simley will sub as Justin Clint will come back in for Justin Runge. And now number 25, Wilson, Jacob Wilson, will come in for Mahtomedi. Nemanyoya puts one on the floor and then over to Lyric Growth. Growth with the ball fake. Tries to pass back to Clint. Saves it from going out of bounds. There's Strife up top, Lovelace. Lovelace with the stop and has to put one up to avoid a shot clock violation and nearly made it. It was just short for Lovelace. This is Carlson up top for Mahtomedi. Pass into the corner for Wilson. Now cross court. This is Swanson. Swanson's pass a little deflected, but Carlson there to grab it. Inside to Carlson on the double team. Puts it up short, and then Carlson tracking his own shot. Bats it over to Wilson. That'll go out of bounds and will stay with the Zephyrs. Under 6 to play here in the first half. 13-point lead for Mahtomedi. Power dribble by Schmidt. Misses over the basket and a rebound by Strife. Batted away by Carlson. That'll go out of bounds and stay with Simley as Clint tried to make his way up court for the Spartans. Christian Urbina will check back in for Simley. In for Strife. And Urbina will take over point guard duties. Lovelace will go back to the guard out on the wing. Lovelace takes the pass. Swing it around up top. Now Urbina. Entry pass. Great hesitation underneath. It'll bounce around and good for Lyric Growth. First points of the night for Growth. Now he's the 4th Spartan to score here in the first half. 11-point lead for Mahtomedi. Carlson up top. Takes the dribble, then over to Wilson. Open look for Swanson. 3rd three of the night for Tyler Swanson. And he's hit his average here in the first half. That's 11 for Swanson. Urbina with the pass to Clint. Nearly taken away by Swanson. And then Swanson committing the foul. A little too aggressive on defense there as Swanson will pick up his first, but just the 3rd team foul for Mahtomedi. Now number 10, Mark Graff will check back in. Number 24, Charlie Tyne in for Mahtomedi. Urbina taking a look. Now Lovelace up top. Driving is Growth into the lane, then back out. Nemanyoya bluffs the 3, pass inside underneath Clint. Didn't quite know where he was underneath the basket, and so stuffed by the bottom part of the backboard. 4:25 left to play here in the first half. Zephyrs lead 22-8 as Carlson will dribble off to the right, trying to make a move underneath, getting past Clint. But then a block underneath and a little too much contact. Will be the 5th team foul for Simley. And Carlson will go to the free throw line. Foul is called on Clint. That'll be his first. And Carlson back to the free throw line. Carlson had hit the only free throw he had. And now knocks that one down. You see Clint trying to get the block underneath, but just made contact with the left hand. And Carlson good on both of his free throws. So Carlson 3 of 3 from the line tonight, 5 points overall, 24-8. Mahtomedi with the lead. Urbina up court for Simley to Lovelace for 3, and that's over the basket. Swanson grabs the rebound. There's Carlson down court for Swanson. Carlson in the lane, misses, and a rebound for Trayvon Lovelace. Lovelace going coast to coast, up and over Schmidt for the basket. Second basket of the night for Trayvon Lovelace. And now a 14-point lead for the Zephyrs. Here's Carlson. Three-pointer up by Swanson. Again, good for Swanson. 4 3-pointers here in the first half for Tyler Swanson, and he leads all scorers with 14 points. Justin Clint to Urbina. Urbina bounce pass to Groth. He misses underneath, and a rebound for Charlie Tyne. Here's Graff, and then into Schmidt. Schmidt denied the lane by Groth. And a timeout called by the Zephyrs before the three-point shot by Graff. And that'll stop the clock with 3:04 left to go here in the first half. It's a 17-point lead for the Zephyrs. As we said, Tyler Swanson popping off 4 3-pointers here in the first half for Swanson. 14 points overall. And then you have Ben Carlson with 5 points for the Zephyrs. And Simley trying to find some way to get back into this game. Lovelace, the only Spartan with more than one basket. Here's a look at the Metro East standings. As we said, Simley looking for their first conference win. Mahtomedi second in the Metro East with a 9-3 record, 12-10 overall. They are also third in their section. Mahtomedi in section 4 of Class 3A. Simley in section 3. So we're getting close to tournament time. 3 games left for Mahtomedi after tonight. They'll have a home game against South St. Paul on Friday, and then they'll travel to North St. Paul next Wednesday before closing out the regular season here at home against Tartan on March 1st. Mahtomedi will inbound following the timeout. It'll be Carlson to inbound. Schmidt has it taken away. This is Clint. And Clint able to just get it past Schmidt. And the first basket of the night for Justin Clint. Carlson across the timeline, working on Clint. Carlson saw an opening just from outside the lane. This is the second field goal tonight for Carlson. That's 7 points for him. And now a 17-point lead for the Zephyrs. 2.5 left to play here in the first half. Three-pointer put up by Lovelace, hit the rim, and a rebound by Tyne. Quickly down court looking for Swanson. He's had the hot hand here in the first half, and that one skips the rim on the heat check. Graff with the offensive rebound, and that'll go off Simley, and the Zephyrs will hold on to the possession. .212 left to go here in the first half. Bounce pass to Tyne on the inbound. Carlson underneath, up and over Clint. And now Carlson starting to heat up. That is 9 for Carlson here in the first half. Under 2 to play. Urbina at the point, closely guarded by Graff. Does get the pass off to Clint, then deflected by Schmidt. And Schmidt will take that in for the layup. And the first field goal of the night for Schmidt. He had a free throw earlier. And that's 3 tonight for Micah Schmidt. Clint driving to Lovelace beyond the arc. Nemanyoya, and we get an offensive foul called on Simley. And that'll give a chance for Hank Roloffs to check in. It's the 6th team foul for Simley. Foul called on Groth, his first. One and a half left to go. Sam Tyne to inbound from Mahtomedi. And Micah Schmidt will bring it across half court. Schmidt passes off to Graf. Schmidt up top, roll-offs, and then over to Samtine. Graf puts up the three and good. Mark Graf knocks down a triple. And that's 4 for Graf here in the first half. 1 minute left to play. Zephyrs by 24, their largest lead of the night. There's Growth looking over for Clint. And then to Nemanyoya. Growth trying to float through, then over to Clint in the corner. Dribbles out, Growth, and we get a travel called on Growth and a turnover for Simley. 36.6 left to play, and number 14, Noah Carlson, will check in for Mahtomedi. He'll be in for Schmidt. Carlson inbounds to Swanson. And about a 1.5 difference between the game clock and the shot clock. And expect Mahtomedi to maybe try to take some of this clock down. Actually not drive underneath Tyne off the glass. And that'll go out of bounds and go to Simley. And did we get a foul? We did get a foul called. That'll be the 4th team foul for Mahtomedi here in the first half. Roloffs picks up his first. Now the shot clock will be off and Simley will have the ball. Urbina across the timeline. Nemanyoya handing off to Strife. Urbina back to Nemanyoya. 2 seconds left, and that is behind the backboard. And that'll go out of bounds, and time will expire here in the first half as Mahtomedi will take a 36-12 lead at the half into the locker room. Tyler Swanson, great first half, 14 points for him as Mahtomedi flexing their muscles with a 36-12 lead over the Simley Spartans. We will step aside here on SCC Sports, and we'll be back in just a moment.
How far will a car doing 34 miles per hour travel in 1 second?
10 feet.
At 34 miles per hour, a car will travel 50 feet in 1 second. Reading a text, you can easily travel 150 feet. The oncoming traffic at 34 miles per hour will be approaching at 100 feet per second. If you look away for a fraction of a second and drift into the oncoming lane, remember, keep your eyes on the road.
Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. Many of these animals are rescued from desolate conditions. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals for more than 140 years. They help ensure that pets have a safe, warm shelter during times of need, especially during natural disasters. But pets need forever homes too. Adopting a shelter pet enriches the lives of one's family and allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work, including their efforts to rescue animals in need, certify the humane treatment of farm animals, help ensure the safety of animals on the silver screen, and protect our planet's amazing endangered species at AmericanHumane.org.
For many servicemen and women, the battle doesn't end when they come home. And I know, because I too struggle with the invisible wounds of service. Pups for Patriots and Sam literally changed my life. If you're a veteran or know a veteran struggling with post-traumatic stress or traumatic brain injury, go to AmericanHumane.org to learn more about the Pups for Patriots Service Dog program. Let's give our veterans a fighting chance.
And welcome back to Mahtomedi High School, where the Zephyrs enjoy a 36-12 lead over the Simley Spartans. Justin Barrientos along with you here on SCC Sports. And it's been a big game for Mahtomedi. Early on, Simley was able to grab a 1-point lead. I think it was 3-2 very early on in the first half. But since then, it's been all Zephyrs. There was Christian Urbina knocking down a 3 for Simley. That was his only made shot in that first half, but it came early on and it looked like maybe he would have a hot hand, but instead it was that man, Tyler Swanson, with 4 3-pointers in the first half, 14 points overall, and a lot of different Zephyrs getting into the scoring column, 7 different Zephyrs. And then off the bench, Trayvon Lovelace for Simley, trying to jumpstart the Simley offense. He scored 4 off the bench, but it was too much Tyler Swanson in that first half, giving Mahtomedi this big lead. Lovelace is the only Spartan to score more than 1 basket in that first half, as 5 different Spartans into the scorebook. And just everybody having a great game for Mahtomedi. Micah Schmidt with 3 points overall in that first half. And then you had Mark Graff knocking down a 3-pointer in the first half, and just everybody really getting into the scoring column tonight. Swanson averages 3 threes per game, and he has 4 tonight, averages 11.1 points a game, 14 tonight. And of course, Mahtomedi able to go to the free throw line a little bit more than Simley, as Simley committed 6 fouls in that first half, just 4 fouls made by Mahtomedi. So no one really in too much foul trouble as we go into the second half. And we'll see, you know, what Simley is able to do, if they can kind of regroup a little bit in the locker room and try to get a little bit more offense going. As we said, 72-35 was the first meeting between these two teams, and so we're pretty close in how things went back on January 23rd to what we see here tonight. Now, for Mahtomedi, obviously these last couple of games are going to be pretty important as we take a look at the projected Section 4 Class 3A bracket. Of course, if the season ended today and Mahtomedi would get that 3rd seed and take on St. Anthony Village, the 2nd seed. We'll see how that goes in the 9-team Section 4 Class 3A bracket. We'll take a look at Section 3 Class 3A, and Simley right now winless in the conference, 3-19 overall, and this is they would be right there with Minneapolis South. Would get the 1 seed right now if the season ended today, and of course the QRF factored into that as well. As we look ahead to playoff time, as we said, just 3 more games on the bracket for Mahtomedi. South St. Paul, North St. Paul, and Tartan all coming up for Mahtomedi as we head to the end of the regular season. We'll take one more break, and then we'll come back with second half action between Mahtomedi and Simley. You are watching boys high school basketball on SCC Sports.
I look nice, don't I?
I see you.
Yeah.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Oh man, that's the best one yet.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one.
High school. Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Do you want to talk about what happened earlier?
Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age. Some others don't.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
My thoughts are going a mile a minute. I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago.
My buddies from the Army are gone now. I'm really alone.
I feel so stuck.
I'm glad you called.
Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
My dad was a farmer, and when I saw him on a horse, the guy was bigger than life. One of the things that he had a hard time doing was showing the emotion. Maybe it was because the way he was raised, or believing that men provide and they don't struggle. But we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. I want them to know when I'm happy, I want them to know when I'm sad, and I want them to see me working through things. The biggest reward I get from being a dad is watching my kids accomplish a goal, watching them light up. Nothing brings a bigger smile to my face. So I make my kids a priority. Whether it's hitting a baseball, a dance rehearsal, you name it, I'm there. They're gonna remember that they grew up loved. Be brave. Be there every day. And allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle. That even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Hi, I'm Morgan Fairchild, and I am a lifetime lover of animals. I've rescued every pet I've ever had, so I know firsthand that when you adopt a shelter pet and make them a member of your family, it not only enriches you and your family's lives, but that of your new pet's life as well. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals for more than 140 years. You can learn more at americanhumane.org.
Welcome back to Mahtomedi High School. Second half action just about to get underway as the Zephyrs lead the Simley Spartans 36-12. Justin Barrientos along with you. There's Ben Carlson. He's been the leading scorer this season for Mahtomedi. 9 points tonight. They haven't needed a whole lot of Carlson because Tyler Swanson has kind of taken over tonight. 14 points in that first half, including 4 from three-point range. Mahtomedi looking for their 6th straight victory of the season. As we said, they started out kind of rough and have turned things around. Simley kind of the other way. They've won 2 of their first 3 of the season, then they lost 12, got a win, and have currently lost their last 6. There's a pass inside looking for roll-offs, and roll-offs will head to the free throw line. First foul of the second half for Simley. It'll be on Justin Clint. That'll be the second for Clint. Clint just getting the thumb of roll-offs, so we'll go to the free throw line. And roll-offs knocks down the free throw. Mahtomedi has 6 of 7 from the free throw line in tonight's game. 1 more upcoming. And roll-offs able to knock down both. 4 points for roll-offs tonight. And Mahtomedi will keep with the pressure on Simley, trying to set the trap. Simley went into the corner and throws the interception as Ethan Felling able to get the steal for Mahtomedi. Felling puts up the dribble to roll-offs. And a little hand checking inside between Clint and Carlson. The pass goes out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover for the Zephyrs. Christian Yerbina will again run the point for the Spartans. Yerbina with the pass to Lyric Growth, and then to Strife. Connor Strife passing up top, Nemanyoya. And a three-pointer put up by Growth, banks it home. And the first 3 of the night for Lyric Growth. And that'll be the second made 3 for Simley. As we saw in the highlights during halftime, Yerbina early on with a three-pointer for Simley. And now Lyric Growth hitting one early in the second half. Underneath, Schmidt powers through Nemanyoya. And Schmidt with the basket underneath. That's 5 points for Micah Schmidt. 25-point lead for Mahtomedi, their largest lead thus far. Up top, Growth. Clint got to the elbow and then passes off. Here's Yerbina on the left-hand side. Urbina, cross-court pass for Clint. Trying to find something open. Shot clock under 10, now under 5. Urbina driving off the glass, misses. Schmidt with the rebound. The outlet to Carlson will wait for his teammates. Behind the back pass, Felling underneath, misses. And Schmidt and Nemanyoya doing battle for the rebound. Simley comes away with it. Urbina puts up the 3 from the corner, and the second made 3 for Christian Urbina. 6 points for Urbina. He now becomes the leading scorer for Simley tonight. Miss underneath. Batted around. Now Carlson will grab it. Drives to the lane. Carlson underneath. Tried with the body. That'll go out of bounds and stay with the Zephyrs. Shot clock will be at 17. You see Carlson coming near our area. And that'll go off the glass. Roll-offs up top. There's Schmidt over to roll-offs. 10 seconds now to shoot. One second, and that'll be a shot clock violation on Mahtomedi. Felling just couldn't get a handle on the basketball, as Simley were playing pretty good defense to try to deny and get that turnover. Here's Urbina walking the ball up court. Growth pulls back looking for Urbina, and out of balance, tried to save it. And that'll go out of bounds off of Growth. And a turnover for Simley. Ben Carlson here at the point for the Zephyrs. Carlson taking a look, cutting underneath the basket with Swanson, and now a timeout called by Mahtomedi, as I don't think they were quite running the right play. You see Keith Newman, the head coach for Mahtomedi, just kind of putting his hands up in the air, asking what was going on with that play. There's a look. Mahtomedi 8-1 this season when leading at the half, and they have a healthy lead here tonight over Simley. Simley, as we said, have won 3 games on the season. They beat Chesterton Academy and Minneapolis Roosevelt in their first 3 games of the season. As we said, went on a little bit of a losing streak and then beat Cristo Rey Jesuit. And since then, have lost their last 6. It's Mahtomedi ball as they called the timeout. 14:34 remaining in the contest. And the inbound pass goes to Swanson. He'll give it back to Schmidt. Micah Schmidt to Swanson. Swanson steps back behind the 3-point line as Urbina comes up. Tight defense played by Urbina. Pass inside for Schmidt. And he's off the bottom of the backboard. Lyric Growth there for the rebound. Growth underneath, and Carlson came from behind to try to block the shot. And a little too much contact as the foul is called. But it will be on roll-offs. That'll be his second. First team foul for the Zephyrs. See Carlson trailing on the play, but then the offhand foul on roll-offs. And had that not happened, you would have had the block by Carlson. On the line is Growth. Gets the free throw. And number 10, Mark Graff, will check in for the Zephyrs. In for Ethan Felling. One more foul shot upcoming for Growth. And Growth misses the second. And that'll go off of Simley as Clint challenged roll-offs for the rebound. And it'll go off of Clint. Here is Carlson at the point. Carlson over to Graff. Graff driving the lane underneath, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Foul is on Connor Strife. That'll be his first, team second. And Graff, who is 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight, heads back to the stripe. Graff gets the first as Trayvon Lovelace will check back in for Simley. Lovelace will come in for Strife. One more foul shot coming up for Mark Graff. And the Zephyrs now 9 of 10 from the free throw line tonight. Graff 3 of 4, 6 points overall for him. Again, good defense by Mahtomedi as the ball will go out of bounds off of Clint. And Carlson will inbound. Carlson will get it back through the lane. Floater just past the free throw line is good for Carlson. And now he gets to double digits. 11 points tonight for Ben Carlson. Second leading scorer for the Zephyrs in tonight's game. Steal by Swanson. He is the leading scorer, adding to that total with the layup. 16 on the night for Tyler Swanson. At the point, Urbina passing off to Groth and the handoff to Lovelace. Lovelace passes back out, tried to get into the lane, but nothing doing as Schmidt was standing there in the way. It's a miss underneath by Clint. And a rebound for Willie Roloffs. Top Graff gives it back to Carlson. 13 minutes left in this contest. Schmidt draws the contact. He'll go to the line for 2. Lovelace will be called for the foul. That'll be the first on Trayvon Lovelace and the third team foul for the Spartans. Schmidt 1 of 1 from the free throw line. And misses that one. See Schmidt working hard underneath and the contact made by Lovelace. One more here for Micah Schmidt, and that is 6 points on the night for Schmidt. Schmidt tried to go for the steal down to the court. Runge, and a jump ball, possession arrow with Mahtomedi. Runge did all that he could. A little contact from Schmidt, and then went down to the court, holding on to the ball, looking for help, but help didn't arrive, and the tie-up will give the ball back to Mahtomedi. Schmidt stops with the ball fake. Driving, Sam Tyne misses underneath, and that will go off the foot of Lyric Groth and go back to Mahtomedi. Just a tough night overall for Simley. Ball really not bouncing their way. The referees will come and talk it over, but I think they're going to readjust the shot clock to 20 as the ball went off the foot of Groth. Inside Carlson, into the lane. Carlson turnaround jumper is good. That is 13 for Carlson. Zephyrs out to their largest lead, 30 points now. Simley along the perimeter, now inside, looking for Groth. The hesitation, turnaround jumper doesn't go. Tipped around and then into the hands of Sam Tyne. Carlson sends Graff to the other side of the court. Carlson picked up the dribble, Lovelace underneath with the defense, but then the pass to Roloffs, who gets the bucket underneath. Second bucket of the night for Roloffs. 4 points for him. 51-19 Mahtomedi. Nemanyoya with the pass to Lovelace. Now a three-pointer put up by Andre Glass. Doesn't go. And we get a rebound on the second opportunity by Schmidt. Corner, Graff passes on the three, pass underneath, and the hesitation by Roloffs to get his defender off his feet. Groth went airborne and then hit the court before Roloffs was able to get the basket. 6 points for Hank Roloffs. Glass up top over to Lovelace. And Lovelace with the fake underneath. Misses. Schmidt with the rebound. And Schmidt's pass down court hits the still photographer for Mahtomedi. And it's Simley basketball. Number 3, Ethan Felling will check back in for Mahtomedi. Number 14, TJ Johnson back in for Simley. Andre Glass will run the point. Glass, just an 8th grader, playing varsity here for Simley. Getting some good minutes in tonight's game. This is Runge to Glass. Glass, double team, jump ball, possession arrow with Simley. Let's look at number 5, Andre Glass, 8th grade guard. Put the pass up top to Nemanyoya. And then off on the wing, Lovelace. 5 on the shot clock. Lovelace slings it over. Runge for 3, misses. And that one just beats the shot clock, and good for Tapia Nemanyoya, his first points of the night. That was very quick handwork underneath by Nemanyoya to be able to get the rebound and put it up to beat the shot clock, and then a 3 answered on the other end by Ethan Felling. And that's 5 points tonight for Ethan Felling. Glass off the screen set by TJ Johnson. Now Johnson gets the pass inside, misses, and a rebound for Felling. Under 10 to play. 56-21, another 3 put up, and that one is good for Felling. We got some hot shooters here tonight for Mahtomedi, as Felling has now knocked down his last 2 threes. And we'll get a timeout called for Simley. 9:18 left to play, 59-21. Mahtomedi with the lead. And really tough to do anything against this Mahtomedi team when somebody is getting hot. You know, for a while we said it was Tyler Swanson who had those 4 3-pointers in the first half. He has 16 points overall, and they kind of went away from him. They went back to Carlson. He had 3 free throws in the first half, 9 in the first half. He's got a pair of buckets here in the second half. And now Felling has been the one to step up for Mahtomedi. Knocked down a couple of 3-pointers for him, and Simley just hasn't been able to have the answer. And we said that Simley giving up over 60 points a game by not scoring all that much this season. Here is the upcoming schedule for Mahtomedi. See a couple of matchups: South St. Paul and North St. Paul, and then Tartan. Ranked Tartan team. Oh, a way to end the regular season and head into the playoffs. Number 14 in class, section 4, class 3A. So Simley really talking things over. Isaiah Walden, the head coach, trying to get something going for this Spartan team. Urbina and Growth, both with 6 points apiece for the Spartans to lead the way for them tonight. We get a lot of other players coming out on the floor in this contest. Get some minutes for some of the bench players. There's Runge up top, gives it off to Glass, and then back to Nemanyoya. Under 10 to shoot. Lovelace driving up and over the defense, but misses, and a rebound for Noah Carlson. Jacob Wilson also checking in during that timeout for Mahtomedi. Carlson back to Wilson, and then to Graff. 15 on the shot clock. Graff in the corner, back up top for Wilson. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Carlson driving underneath. Tried with the other hand and deflected away out on the floor. And it was picked up by Roloffs. Here's a 3 by Graff, and that is good. Second 3 of the night from Mark Graff. He has 9 overall. And again, it is just tough when you have so many different players that can shoot the basketball and shoot accurately. That's what Mahtomedi has right now. There's a 3 in the corner, and that is good for Trayvon Lovelace. His first triple of the night. That is 7 points for Lovelace off the bench. Good passing along the perimeter by Mahtomedi. Saved from going out of bounds by Carlson, but into the hands of TJ Johnson. And now Nemanyoyo pushed the tempo up court. Lovelace backing up, trying to work on Carlson, bounces off of him, then passes to Runge. Runge in the lane, out to Glass. Glass up top to Johnson. He tried to set up a give and go to Glass. Underneath, Lovelace, up and under, misses. And a rebound for Ben Carlson, or excuse me, for Sam Tyne. Here's a 3-pointer. That hit the front rim by Graff. 6:55 left to play here in the second half. Glass, pass off to Runge, then back up top. Glass will back up and reset the offense to Johnson. TJ Johnson gives it off to Lovelace, off the screen, 3-pointer missed. Jacob Wilson with the rebound from Mahtomedi. Wilson to Graff, and then back up top at the point. Here's Graff again for 3, and that one is good for Mark Graff. So 2 3-pointers here in the second half for Graff, 3 overall tonight. 3 players in double figures for Mahtomedi. Simley looking to get something going. Over to Lovelace, he'll put up the 3. Hits the front rim, and a rebound for Jacob Wilson. And we'll get a substitution timeout here for Mahtomedi as they'll sub in number 24, Charlie Tyne, number 12, Kellen Johnson, and number 11, Thomas Meter. And Simley put in Justin Clint and Connor Strife. And also Christian Urbina will come back in for Simley. Lyric Growth also comes back in. Up top, Tyne. Carlson underneath. Tried to flash to the block. He was denied the lane by Strife. Strife stays with him. Carlson puts it up and over and bounces through. Shooter's touch for Noah Carlson, his first points of the night. Urbina up top to Clint, and then back to Urbina. Ball fake by Urbina. Clint to Strife. Strife tried to go baseline. That was closed off by Johnson. 3-pointer in the corner over the basket. And then the rebound for Kellen Johnson. 3-pointer, Charlie Tyne hits the rim and bounces out of bounds. Simley will grab possession. Running clock here in the second half with the score 67-24. Urbina across the timeline, guarded by Carlson. Deflected by Charlie Tyne, but back to Urbina. Corner, Justin Clint. Back up top, Connor Strife. Urbina for 3. Hit the front rim. And will hit an over the back. And it'll go back to Mahtomedi. At the point, Jacob Wilson. Off on the wing, Meter. Nice move to the basket. Kellen Johnson with his first points of the game. Making that layup look easy, but I guarantee you that was not. There's Urbina up top over to Clint. 3.5 left to go. That went off the leg of Strife, but right back to Clint up top. Three-pointer put up by Lyric Growth, off to the right, and will go out of bounds. And 2 subs will come in for Mahtomedi. Number 13, Joe Severick, and number 15, James O'Connor. Simley will make a line change. Glass will return, Jaden Rouse, number 4. Tavon Franklin Evans, number 1. Number 24, Nathan Elachi. And number 14, TJ Johnson. All in for Simley. Driving to the basket and another layup for Kellen Johnson. He's going hard to the hoop. Back-to-back layups for Kellen Johnson. 2:34 left to go. This is TJ Johnson for Simley. Over to Jaden Rouse. Now to Glass. Glass driving to the hoop off the backboard too hard, and Joe Severick able to get the rebound. Carlson gives it off to Meter, then back to Carlson. Carlson for 3 and good. Noah Carlson with his second basket of the game. 5 points overall for Carlson. Mahtomedi with a 50-point lead. Under 2 minutes to go. Franklin Evans looking to pass to Glass underneath and off of his hands and out of bounds. Turnover for Simley. Top is Johnson. Give it over to O'Connor, who will take the 3, and that'll go out of bounds and turns it back over to Simley. Just a little bit left in this one as Simley has another chance on offense with Glass running the point to Elachi. Glass will put up the 3 and good. The 8th grader knocks down a triple for his first points of the night. Severick in the lane and fouled. And I believe he's going to go to the free throw line. Nope, that's an inbound. Yeah, he didn't quite get the shot off. Driving to the basket, but did not get the shot. Foul was on Glass, his first. Here's a 3-pointer just missed by Severage. Stolen away by Mahtomedi. Johnson back up top, O'Connor into the lane. Great move by O'Connor, and misses the basket. And that'll go off of Elachi. And Simley will inbound, Mahtomedi will inbound with just 10 seconds left to play. That's a 3 just off the mark for Johnson. Rebound Elachi. Off the hand of Rouse, he'll put it up. And Rouse able to knock it down. Banks it home for the final basket of the game. As Mahtomedi will win this one 74-30. Pretty close to the way that things went earlier on this season, as Mahtomedi won that one 72-35. Back on January 23rd. So the Zephyrs will get their 13th win of the season. They've won 6 straight ball games. Simley drops to 3-20 overall, 0-14 in the Metro East, and unfortunately they have lost their last 6 ball games. And Tyler Swanson leading the way for Mahtomedi with 16 points. In fact, 3 Zephyrs in double figures. Joining Swanson, Ben Carlson with 13, and Mark Graff with 12. But maybe more importantly, because of this big lead, both teams, including Mahtomedi, able to get a lot of different players into the ball game, and that experience obviously will help as we head towards the end of the regular season and look to playoff time, because you never know when you're going to need somebody, when someone's going to have to come off the bench and maybe make a mark in the game. And you have a lot of players that got a lot of experience tonight. For Simley, they got a look at 8th grader Andre Glass, and he was able to knock down a three-pointer towards the end of the contest. Trayvon Lovelace, who had been the leading scorer for Simley during the regular season, led them tonight with 7 points, and then 6 points apiece for Lyric Growth and Christian Urbina. So that is your final. Mahtomedi winning this one 74-30. It's also their 10th conference win of the season. And so the Zephyrs, with 13 wins on the year, head to a pretty tough end of the season schedule. South St. Paul, North St. Paul, and then ranked Tartan. That's going to wrap it up for us here on SCC. I want to thank you for joining us here from Mahtomedi High School, and we will see you next time on SCC Sports.